Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to talk about the products I pulled in last week's Makeup Basket Monday series, and then we're going to talk about the products I'm going to be using this coming week. So let's get started with the products from last week. So the first thing was the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. You guys have probably seen this palette all over YouTube. It's very popular. It looks like this on the inside. If you're not familiar, it has the contour shades, it has some highlight shades. I do like this palette, but I'm the type of person that I don't contour or highlight every single day. I use it, but sparingly. I like using it for the eyes, especially because this week I was trying out the new Kat Von D, the Glimmer palette. I was testing this out, and so it came in handy to test it out with that because I needed a matte shade to lay down with those shades. So this does come in handy, and I will continue to hold on to it. If you have this palette, let me know how you use it and how often you use it, because I feel like I don't use it enough. I feel like it doesn't get enough love. I was so excited to get it, and then when I finally got it, I was like, it's okay. Do you guys ever get like that? You get super excited about getting something and then you get it and you're just like, meh, I don't know. Now the next thing I am super excited about because I truly love this item. This is the Kat Von D Metal Matte Palette. So here's what it looks like when it says metal, and then you flip it and it says matte. This palette is absolutely spectacular. It does have a giant mirror in here, but then it's got all these shades. These shades are absolutely gorgeous. I can't find a single problem with any of these shades. I think they blend really well, they wear really well, they have good longevity, so they last on your eyes for a long time. I use these with and without a primer. I have no problems whatsoever. I love Kat Von D's eyeshadows. I think she has some of the best formulation for eyeshadows. I am so impressed with her formulation. I just love this palette. If you have this palette, you need to pull it back out and play with it. I promise you, you're going to fall back in love with it again. If you don't have this palette, I'm hoping, I don't know, Kat Von D's been putting out some new products each week on her, not new, but like older products back out on her website each week, so maybe you'll be able to grab this. I hope you can, because it's really, really awesome. I'm so happy that I grabbed it when I did, because I almost didn't grab it because I heard some bad reviews about it, and then once I got it I was like, what is that person talking about? This palette is amazing. This thing is awesome. So I'm so happy I did get that. The next thing I want to talk about is the Kat Von D the Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. So I have two shades here. I have the shade Light 48 and the shade Medium 56. Light 48 is too light for me right now, and Medium 56 is a little too bold, a little too warm for me right now. So I can't use either one by themselves, but together they work perfectly. That is what I'm wearing on my face today. I'm wearing pretty much everything from the Kat Von D collection again on my face today. I just love this foundation, but you have to love it for a certain reason. Like, I know when I did my get ready with me on Thursday, I put too much foundation, and I look back at the video footage, I'm like, holy smokes, girl, you put way too much foundation on. But if you go in sparingly with this foundation, it does do full coverage. It will last a long time. It covers my acne, which I really appreciate, because I don't really have acne that's active right now. That's a lie. I have a couple that are active, but mostly I have a lot of scarring going on. So I like something that's going to cover that on the days that I want to cover it. On other days, then you don't want a full foundation. But that's the one thing about Kat Von D's foundation. It's not for like everyday use, I wouldn't say. I'd say it's more for special occasion use, which I'm wearing it today, and I'm wearing a sweatshirt, so I guess you can wear it whatever you want to, honestly. There's no rules to makeup. The next thing is the Kat Von D Lock-It Primer. I was gonna say tattoos. The Lock-It Primer. This stuff is really, really hydrating. I think it works really well in combination with the foundation, because the foundation is such a thick formula, and you need a good hydration to put down onto your skin first. You need something very hydrating on your skin at first. So this works excellent in combination with it. It reminds me of the Too Faced, oh my gosh, what is it? The Too Faced. I just recently used it up. I can't even think of what it's called. The Too Faced, oh my gosh, I can't even think. It's the one that's like the prescription one, or not prescription. Oh my gosh. I have no, Hangover RX. There you go. That's what it is. I had a terrible brain fart. It reminds me of that. It also reminds me of a one that I got from Marc Jacobs. They're very similar in formulation as the way that they make your skin feel. So I do love it, and I think it works really well with this foundation. So I am going to continue to use it, because my dry skin just eats it up. It's like, heck yeah, girl, bring it on. Whoops. The next thing is the Kat Von D Alchemist Palette. This thing is so, so pretty. Even the packaging I think is very unique looking. The inside, you do get 4 shades in here. These are all highlighters that you can use on your eyes. You can use these on your cheeks. You can use these on your lips. You can use these for a variety of things. I've heard people even mix these with nail polishes and make nail polishes out of it. I haven't tried that yet, but my nails are bare right now, so I may try that. I might see how that works, to see how it works mixed with a nail polish. But these are very unique because they're different shades. Like this one is an emerald shade, this one's a sapphire shade, this one's an amethyst shade, and this one's an opal shade. So you get some very unique shades in here, which I appreciate because I think everybody has those highlighters that you're just like, oh, it's like any typical highlighter. These are not typical highlighters. They're very unique highlighters. The next thing is the Kat Von D Lock It Concealer. Now, I find I don't love this under my eyes. Even when I mix it with an oil, I don't love it under my eyes. It works well for covering up like imperfections on my skin, so I will keep it for that. But as for covering under my eyes, I'm not going to use it like that anymore. It's a little too thick for me, so it's not my favorite formula. If you're looking for something that has good coverage and is a little bit smoother to blend out, I'd recommend the Urban Decay, the one I'm going to use this week. It's the Urban Decay Naked Skin. This one here works really, really well. It's good coverage. It's very smooth. It's not too thick. I love that one. It works really, really well. This one's just a little too thick for me, especially because I do have aging skin. I do have dry skin, so it just doesn't work that good for my under eyes. The next thing is the Kat Von D. This is a little blush here, and this one's called Love Song. Now, I am wearing it by, whoa, I almost broke my nails trying to open it. I am wearing it by itself today, which typically I like pair this with one of the contour colors from the Shade and Light contour palette. But I decided to go ahead and just be bold today, and I was like, you know what, just try it. So I did it by itself today, and I used a very, very light hand with it. And I actually like the way it looks. So I was like, you know what, all those times I was knocking this blush because I thought it was too bold for me, it's not that bold. It does have a tiny bit of sparkles into it, but I don't mind that. I don't mind a little bit of sparkles. I like the Edward Cullen's look, so it's okay. The next thing is the Kat Von D Lock It Translucent Setting Powder. This stuff is really good for under my eyes, but I'm not one who typically sets under my eyes like every single time. So I think it's a good setting powder, but I find that it does get a little bit dry and creasy looking. I don't know if it's dry and creasy looking right now under my eyes, but it does make me look a little bit dry, so it's not my favorite. I'm glad I got it in a sample size, not a full size, so I probably wouldn't purchase a full size myself. So if you have a similar skin type as me where it's dry and textured and like aging, then you may not love this so much for under your eyes. Now, as far as on my face, it works good on my face because there are certain foundations that I find that make me a little too oily, which, big surprise, does that really ever happen? It actually does. So I find that it works well with those foundations, but as far as under my eyes, I don't absolutely positively love it. And then I used 3 lip products this week from Kat Von D. I have Lolita, K-Dub, and Lovesick. So here are the shades. These shades are so pretty. The Lolita is, or I'm sorry, this is Lovesick. So Lovesick looks like this swatched. So there's Lovesick. Isn't it pretty? And then we have Lolita. This is Lolita 2 actually. I thought it was Lolita, just a regular one, but it's Lolita 2. So there's Lolita 2. And then we also have K-Dub. K-Dub is a very bright shade. I don't like wearing it by itself. I did do it this past week though because I was like, branch out, Tiffany, stop being so such a stick in the mud. You need to try different things. So I did branch out and try it by itself this week. I didn't absolutely love it, but I didn't absolutely hate it. I think Kat Von D's, her formula for her lippies are like you either love it or you hate it. I actually really do like her formula because it works well for me. My lips aren't super dry right now, so I think in the winter when my lips are a little more dry, then I probably won't love it quite as much. But right now it works really well for me. It doesn't accentuate. I mean, it looks pretty good. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's the best, but I don't think it's terrible. So I do enjoy her formula right now while my lips are actually pretty hydrated. The next thing are the 2 Kat Von D. These are the Tatoo liners. I have Trooper and I have Mad Max Brown. Both of these work the exact same, the same longevity. They do not like smear or anything. I have no problem with either one of these. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I love Kat Von D's tattoo liners. If you're looking for a similar thing at the drugstore, I would check out the Rimmel. Oh my gosh, I think it's called, I can't even remember. I just did a video about this and I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's the Rimmel something. And then also the Jesse's Girl. And then now NYX has NYX as the Epic Liner. The NYX Epic Liner is really good too. So if you don't want to spend the money on getting a full size of one of these, I would recommend checking out one of those 3 options because they're very good as well. Now we're moving on to this week's products that I'm going to be trying out because that is everything that I tested out last week. So the first thing, I have my little basket here full of goodies. These are all Lorac. So this is a Lorac week. I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but Lorac is actually Carol spelled backwards. Maybe you know that because I think it's pretty much well known now. But the first thing I'm going to be using is this Lorac Cheek Palette, and this is in the shade, the Unzipped Cheek Palette. So it does have pretty shades in here. I love these shades. They're very, very pretty. This one here is more of like a bronzy type of shade, more of like a coppery shade. So I'm not sure exactly how well that's going to look on my cheeks, but we're going to test them all out because I'm stepping out of my boundaries this week. I did last week, so why not try it again? And then I have two blushes, two like single blushes. This one is in Pro To Go Coral. So this was like in a set that I got a while back. I'm not even sure that you can even purchase this anymore. And then we also have the Technicolor. So this is a Technicolor blush, and it looks like that. This one and the Pro To Go Coral look very, very similar. I think they might be almost dupes. So if you can't find the Pro To Go Coral and that you were interested in it, yeah, they're very, very similar. I don't know if you can tell, but they look very, very similar in my opinion. They might look differently on the cheeks because I think this one's a little bit more of a satiny type and this one looks a little bit more matte. So this one's a little bit more matte and this one's a little bit more satin. So I don't know. We'll try them out though. And then I'm going to be using the Lorac Sheer Perfection Foundation. This is an oil-free foundation. I tried this before, but it's been a while and I don't even remember how I liked it. So I'm not sure if it was like super impressive or not. This is in the shade PS4, which is Golden Light. So hopefully it'll match me. Not sure. We'll have to see. If not, then I'll have to find something to mix in with it to make my skin look a little bit more darkened because this is Golden Light. So light, I don't know, my tan has mostly faded now, so it may work just fine. Then of course I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I love this concealer, so it's my standby concealer. So when I don't have one that goes with the brand, then I usually pull that one. So I'm going to use that. And then I have two highlighters from Lorac. So these are the two highlighters I have. This one is in Starlight. So Starlight looks like this. Whoops. There's Starlight. And then this one is in Twilight. Twilight. So here's Twilight. Twilight's a little bit more of a bronzy color, and then this one's a little bit more creamy. So I'm going to use both of those highlighters this week. And then as far as like powders go, I'm going to use the Lorac Perfection. This is the Big Perfecting powder. I'm thinking this is actually like a foundation, but I'm going to use it as a setting powder because it's very, very light. So I think it might work as a setting powder. It's got a lot of pigmentation to it though, so we'll have to see how well that goes, especially if the foundation's already too light. That may not work out so well. Then for my eyes, I'm using the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. This is like a full size. I'm not even sure where I got a full size from, but that's pretty awesome. So I'll have to test that out and see if it's any good. If it's not any good, then that will be decluttered from my collection because I'm very picky about my eye primers. And then I have lots of Lorac lippies here to test out this week or play with this week. And I'm basically trying out the colors is what I'm going to do to see how the colors look on me. Because of the color, if I don't love it, then I'm going to pass it along. So the first one here is Free Spirit, and Free Spirit is like a purple shade. So there's Free Spirit. Free Spirit's really pretty. I'm not sure about that color for me, but we're going to try it. Then we have Vixen, and Vixen's like a bright Barbie pink. So there's Vixen. And of course you can mix shades too. You don't have to wear them exactly how they come out. Then we have Duchess, and Duchess looks like this. I don't know if you can even see that. It's like a nudie pink, like a nudie mauve. And then we have Seductress. I'm not even sure if I've even tried this one. That one looks like a really pretty color actually too, so I might fall in love with that color. And then we have CEO, and CEO reminds me of Duchess. And then we have one more. We have, wait a minute, do I have two Duchess? I think I have two Duchess. What? Yep, I have two Duchess. So I'm automatically going to go ahead and pass one of these along because I don't think I need two Duchess, so that's just silly. So I'm going to pass one of those along because I don't think it's necessary to have two of them unless I love the color. Once I put it on, I might fall in love with the color and then be like, yeah, you got to keep two because you're going to need it. No, I'm just kidding. Then the last thing I'm going to be playing with from Lorac is the Lorac Mega Pro. This is the original one. I did see on the Lorac website that they had this back in stock, and I was like, I missed that when it first came out, and I had like not severe, but I did have a little bit of makeup missed out. I was like feeling sad because I didn't get it. If you're not familiar with what it looks like, it does look like this on the inside. The colors are very, very pretty. This was the original one that they came out with. So this is the one that everybody like had to kind of fight over to get because I think they only sold it on Amazon maybe. I think it was Amazon that they only carried it. I'm not even sure, but I knew I really wanted it, and so I picked it up while they had it on their website. I was like, you know, how many opportunities are you going to get to pick up a limited edition palette when they bring it back in stock for just a short amount of time? I grabbed it. So anyway, that is everything I'm going to be playing with this week. So this week is a Lorac week. I'd love to know what you put in your makeup basket for this past week and then what you're putting in it for this upcoming week. Let me know, because I know a lot of you guys are doing this with me. We're rotating our makeup, trying to use up products and trying to test out to see if these are products you actually want to keep in your collection, because that's really important to figure out if these are things you want to keep or if you want to go ahead and pass along to somebody else who might love them more than you do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.